What is up YouTube? Today I'm back with another video. I'm going to quickly go through lean bulking and help you guys out understand what it takes to lean bulk and how to stay lean. So usually lean bulking, people were going to say that it's around 100 or 200 calorie surplus. But in my opinion, it doesn't really matter too much. I don't really track the calories. I used to in the past, but I found that I'd try to fit my diet. So like I'd try to put unhealthy foods to fit the diet and I'd be like, oh, I hit my macros. And then even though it was 200, even though I was eating 200 extra calories, I was putting on more fat than I actually needed to. So I want to help you guys out and try to minimize that. So I've been lean bulking for about 3 months now, and I'll quickly show you guys a before and after, how much fat I've gained so far. So if you look at me here, this was 3 months ago. I was probably around 65 kilos, somewhere around there. And now I'm around 69 kilos, so 4 kilos difference. A lot of it was just because of a rebound effect, just from being so lean. But yeah, I'd say that I've done pretty well so far. And I'm planning to extend this bulk all the way to at least December. So why is the reason you guys are going to want to eat high fiber? Because high fiber is like a superfood. So with high fiber foods, it's going to be vegetables and fruit. Obviously, these are very healthy. So you're getting your macronutrients as well and micronutrients, mostly in carbs. And yeah, if you guys didn't know, fiber, it really fills up your stomach. You feel a lot more full than you need to be. So this makes sure that you're not overeating your calories. And yeah, you're going to be using it as fuel for your workouts as well. So this can be achieved just from simple changes. You can make smoothies. For example, I like to do oats, berries, bananas, mangoes, and a bit of protein powder all in one smoothie. And yeah, that really fills me up so much. And then at dinner, I'll have like broccoli, vegetables. I mostly eat a whole food diet, mostly with plants. I eat a little bit of meat. So the common mistakes with bulking is people are going to eat really shit foods. So when you're eating high fiber, you're getting a lot of nutrients and you're going to be overall healthier and just feel better. So I really recommend it. Now, the second tip that I'm going to give you guys is doing cardio. When you're in a lot of mistakes that people make is when they're in a cutting phase, they do a lot of cardio just to burn the fat off. And then when they get into a bulking stage, they're doing like no cardio at all. So I recommend you guys to do at least 150 minutes per week of at least zone 2 cardio. So you're actually getting something worth, not just walking around. And yeah, this is going to help you stay leaner year round and really minimize the fat you put on. Yeah, so don't be the dumbass that just does nothing for cardio when you're bulking. Cardio does not kill gains, it's a myth. And the third one is going to be something that I've implemented only recently, but just that's going to be focusing. Out of all your macronutrients, you want to focus on one and primarily eat just that one. So yeah, you probably don't want to do this with fats because it's going to be a lot of calories, although fats is a bit slower to digest. In my opinion, the best one is probably to use carbs, just because carbs is probably going to be the healthiest options because you can just eat fruits and vegetables and then get a little bit of protein on the side. Because yeah, you don't really need that much protein. And yeah, your gut microbiome is just going to be a lot healthier. You're going to feel a lot better. Now, the reason you just want to focus on one macronutrient, is because when you're eating a lot of fats, carbs, and protein in abundance, I found that in the past, I felt really bloated and you could really see it in my face and my skin. Yeah, it just wasn't the best outcome that I wanted. And that's going to minimize how long you can extend your bulk for, because you want to extend your bulk as long as you can so you can be in the best possible condition to build muscle. And my fourth tip for you guys is to not track. Funny enough, that sounds really counterintuitive, but just let me explain. So in the past, when I've been counting my calories on a lean bulk, some days, actually most days, I'd be eating like in a 200 calorie surplus, right? But over time, this surplus is gonna amount. It's gonna get higher and higher, and also your hunger levels are gonna change. So yeah, you're gonna be eating the same amount of calories every day, and you're most likely gonna put on more fat than you need. So what I found works for myself is just not actually tracking the calories. So some days I'm probably gonna eat more than 200 calories in a surplus, and then some days I'm probably gonna eat less than that. And then overall that kind of balances out. And you just want to track your weight just to make sure you're going up in weight. So yeah. So a good book that I recommend you guys reading is by Dr. Jason Fung. It is The Hunger Code. So basically, it explains on how ultra-processed foods affect your body and how they're more likely to put on fat rather than eating clean whole foods, especially high in fiber. Yeah, so this pretty much changed my whole understanding of food and really looked at it from an outside lens rather than all the influencers who say it's just calories in, calories out. It's simple thermodynamics, which is actually is not simply true. Your body is like a lot more complex than you think. And also my last one is one that I've struggled with a lot, but hopefully I can change your guys' opinion, but that is putting on fat. I want you guys to not be afraid of putting on fat. Just try your best. So I found it even with social media, it makes it a lot harder to bulk because there's so much anti-bulk propaganda and people staying lean all year round. This is usually due to like Retta or Trizipatide, as Kinobody's doing right now. But yeah, I think it's important just to look at it from an outside lens and try to minimize your body dysmorphia as much as you can. Because when you're in a bulk, you're going to be maximizing your gains as much as you can. So you just got to accept that you need to put on a little bit of fat just to make more progress in the long term, and understand that natural bodybuilding, it's a long man's game. So it's going to take a while to put on muscle. We don't have any steroids, nothing like that. It's all about consistency, and I promise you, in a few months' time, when you cut, you're going to be so happy that you did a bulk. So if you guys are still here, I thank you for watching, and yeah, get big, get bulked up. Let's make as much gains as we can in 2026.